don't speak Spanish. Necesitamos build back better. All right? We're going to move on now. No. Next question. Go ahead, please.
Is the decision not to pursue a federal vaccine passport policy, is that science-based? Is that you're aware of the political dynamics here? What kind of drove the decision behind that, and is there any change to that decision now that we're in a different place?
Have you seen the protests in France? It's a slow play. Don't worry. It's coming. Next question. Go ahead.
On COVID, I've talked to some people who are very worried about the idea that we're operating on an honor system in a lot of ways, that we're in places like Walmart and Target, there's already starting to be rule changes based on the CDC guidance. What do you say to people who think it's worrisome to be operating on an honor system, that it could put kids or even immune-compromised Americans at risk?
Let's break down that question just a little bit, okay? You mentioned that, quote, some people are, quote, worried about other people not wearing masks in public places. You didn't mention who. Intentionally vague, didn't mention anyone specific, but you said that they're worried. And these vague, anonymous people are totally worried about people not wearing masks in public places. You then mentioned both Walmart and Target. Nothing like a good corporate sponsorship, am I right, pork chop? And then you went on to say worrisome again, okay? Because you got to stoke up a little bit more fear amongst your viewer base. Apparently you checked your subscriber count, saw it was a little low, and you got to strike up a little fear so they keep watching you. Am I right? I know I am. And then, to tug at the heartstrings of everybody, just a final push to pull everybody in your direction, you said that kids are, quote, at risk because of an honor system. Am I getting this right?
My question that was on kind of the enforcement of this and the honor system idea that you're trusting Americans all over this country to follow those guidelines.
So the implication of your question is that Americans cannot be trusted. And because of this lack of trust, we need more government enforcement. Way to go, pork chop. Your commitment to dividing this country is completely unparalleled. We're gonna move on now. Next question, please. Yeah, go ahead.
There's an elephant in the room?
Whoa, not cool, man. Those are your words, not mine. All right? And those words just got you in night of detention with Jack. So we can hug it out and high five. That's not cool, bro. But seriously, it was really funny. We're gonna move on. Yes, go ahead.
There's a difference of opinion on that.
Yes, thank you for defending your remarkably manipulative colleague over here. That's very cool of you. Go ahead.
The scale.
Guys, stop being chauvinist pigs, all right? This is unacceptable. Both of you just earned detention with Jack, all right? Don't worry, I'll bring beers. We're gonna move on. Go ahead.
So on the vaccine.
Demonetized. Demonetized over here. Demonetized. You can't talk about that. You can't. Nope. I'm just kidding. But for real, I just don't want to hear your dumb woman question. We're going to move on. Go ahead.
Are there some parts of the COVID response, whether or not in ARP or generally, that are currently temporary that you would like to see permanent when the crisis eases?
Yes, there are certain things that we would like to see continued when the pandemic ends. The widening of the wealth gap, for starters, that needs to continue. Number two, the expansion of government power, that needs to continue, and it will. And then three, communism. That's a given. Moving on, go ahead.
On the FDA's approval, expected to authorize the vaccine, the Pfizer vaccine for 12 to 15-year-olds any day now. What specific plans does the White House have in place to get the vaccine distributed to that age group?
Yeah, candies and vans. Some help from Antifa, but mainly candies and vans.
The president said he talked up these ideas of incentives for people to get the shot, including sports tickets and shopping discounts and stuff like that. He said he liked that idea. Does he like the idea that some governors are floating of payments to people? And is there an issue of sensitivity when Americans are getting paid to get a shot, but people are dying in Brazil and India and all kinds of places.
It's all candy and vans to me. Next question. Yeah.
The governor of Ohio has announced that they will be doing weekly drawings of $1 million for residents who've received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. What does the White House think of that idea?
I smell vans and candy, yeah. Biden smells on little girls.
And are you moving to, or should we all be potentially moving to Ohio to?
Yeah, if you like vans and candy, go ahead and move to Ohio. You fucking retard. Go ahead, next question. Yeah.
On the coronavirus, it's a matter of public record that Dr. Fauci and the NIH funded gain-of-function experimentation research at the Wuhan lab of virology. And given the questions about that lab, why would Dr. Fauci in the U.S. fund that kind of experiments, that kind of research in a Chinese lab?
That's an excellent question, Newsmax, but that's going to be another week of detention for asking.
Dr. Fauci is one of the voices who discredit the lab leak theory, but now there's more officials in the Biden administration, like the Director of National Intelligence, the CIA Director, and now also the NIH Director, who say that this cannot be ruled out, and there's calls for more investigation into it. Who does the President agree with, Dr. Fauci or the other officials? Does he think it was a lab leak?
That's another excellent question, Newsmax. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to give you another week's detention as I remove my pants, all right? You guys don't have a problem if I take my pants off, do you? Okay, all right. I'm just going to go ahead and kick this off real quick, all right? Getting a little hot in here, you know? Gotta get cooler. Next question.